Hey guys, Tessa Colvin here, publishing consultant, and I'm super excited to talk about this kind of second piece to writing a book with ease. So before I do that, let me make sure everything is working. Let me know that you can hear me, you can see me, all that good stuff. Let's see. I'm going to invite a couple people and share this out as you hop on. If you know anybody who may be struggling with their writing, trying to get the words out, not feeling it, as we say, um, share it with them, tag them, all that good stuff. Okay, so I think I'm on here. Yeah. Hey, Penny. So here's the thing, there are a number of things that I hear all the time when I meet new people who want to write books, even established authors, just book talk. There's this thing that happens when you say, I am going to write a book. It consumes your person. It just takes over, right? And so you can feel really stuck. So before I get into that, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the psychologist that I met years ago. And they gave me this directive, and it'll all make sense when I tie it all together for you. They said, you never tell your kids I'm proud of you. And I'm like, what? Like, that's the go-to thing for a parent when they go in the potty. It's like, yay, I'm proud of you. I don't know why that came up. Or, you're cheering them on in school, or, for team sports or whatever. That's the go-to as a parent. We automatically want to just let them know, we support you and we're so proud of you and the work that you're doing or whatever. But this psychologist told me never, ever, ever do that. And I was kind of taken aback because I was like, what's the problem? Like you're encouraging, you're reinforcing, and everything like that. But they made an interesting point, right? I just want to make sure that I am seeing your comments. As you guys come on, just say, hey, let me know you're there. Um, Let me know you can hear me, you can see me, and all of that, right? I don't want to miss anybody's comments because I like to talk and I like to talk to people. So let's see. Here we go. So that was really challenging for me as a parent to, what do you mean don't tell my kid that, I'm proud of them? I want them to know I'm in their corner. I want them to know that I'm supporting them. I want them to know as their parent, I am proud of them. And it was like, I don't even know. They were like, no, don't do that. And they began to give me this kind of impromptu lesson about that. And so here was the thing. This is how it's explained to me. When you say to your child, I am proud of you, then that begins this pattern of them trying to accomplish goals and things and, cross finish lines for your approval. And I was like, I never thought of it that way. I thought of it merely as, cheering them on. So in my mind, I'm like, well, when the football team is out playing on the field, nobody tells the cheerleaders to stop cheering because the football team is now trying to score points for you. And so as they really helped me to think about it as I'm a type A personality, I'm a high achiever, I actually have some challenges around celebrating my wins if they're not the finish line, that I want to reach. So we talked about that. And so the psychologist felt like, type A personalities breed more type A personalities. And I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. But so here was the directive. The information that she gave was that when you say, I am proud of you, you give them a finish line based on you. You give them a grade based on you. So now they're perpetually trying to prove themselves to you. And so my question was like, what do I do then? I want my child to know that I'm there for them. I want them to know I support them. So this was what to do instead. As opposed to telling my kids, I'm proud of you, the proper phrasing or the better phrasing is, I knew you could do it. You should be very proud of yourself. And like, I was like, that's so simple, but I see the difference. So then the narrative changes, and it's not so much about me being proud of whatever it is that they've done. It's, I knew you could do it. You should be very proud of yourself, because then the validation comes from inside, right? And so you may be saying, what does that have to do with writing your book with ease? So here's the thing. That really helped me to see some different challenges that I was putting on myself. I was doing a number of different things. I was trying to have the right career, whatever that is, the right job, the perfect grades, or the blah, 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 whatever the thing was. But it was because I wanted to make X proud, or that's what so-and-so expected of me. This is what my grandparents would want, that type of thing. And so it ties into your writing and the mindset around writing, because when you stop writing for the validation of other people, then there's a release of pressure that happens. You're not putting so much pressure on yourself to meet somebody's imagined expectation of you, or even if you have, a pretty concrete, someone expects something of you. When you're not writing your book to that expectation, it's almost like you can breathe and go, whew. So you take the pressure off. When you write based off of what your intentions are, based off of what it is that you want to do with that book, whatever it is. Several of my clients come to me and they want to be speakers, and they want to take their speaking to another level. They want to take their business to another level, all of that stuff. Those are things that they strive for. And that's one of the reasons that they're able to write with such ease, because they've set a goal, they've set an intention. They haven't taken on the goals and intentions of someone else when it comes to their book. Even me, as the person who is giving them support and giving them guidance, they're not writing for me. They're not waiting for me to tell them, oh, this is good. We get to a point where it's like, oh, I know this is good. I just need you to do what you do, which, what I do is the gifting part, and the part that shines it up and makes it all, presentable in a book and all that stuff. But they bring the talent. When you get in your mind that your message is your gift and you bring the talent to the table, there's a shift that happens. There's a confidence that happens, and there's this, you're able to breathe and just pour out your wisdom and do what you do. And it all starts with that lesson that I just explained and shared with you guys from that psychologist. When you don't have that outward validation pressing down on you, weighing down on you, you can unlock your writing whenever you feel like it. You can do it in a day. You can do it in a week. You can do it in whatever time you set aside to write your book. It'll happen. But you have to get out of your head that you're doing this for someone else's approval. And so that might look like a number of different things. It might look like journaling if you're a journaler. I am. It might look like some meditation. It might look like you talking to yourself and having an actual conversation with yourself. Like, why am I writing this book? Why do I want to write this book? What's the purpose? Do I want to write a book? That might not even be what you want to do. It's just someone told you should, right? So those are the things that keep your mind feeling stuck. You box in your words and your message in those little bitty ways. Like, you may not even realize that you're writing because you want someone else to validate your wisdom, your genius, your brilliance, your power. If you're writing from that space, the words are not going to flow. They're just not. Hey, Shannon. The words are not going to flow. So going back to what the psychologist told me, and that saying those words, even though we meant well, we mean well, I'm proud of you, it sets that person up for, they're going to continue to try to validate whatever it is that they want to do, whatever they think they're good at, based off of if you're proud of them. And so changing it around just a little bit. I knew you can do it. You should be very proud of yourself. Gives them back, makes them reflect on their own power, what's within them, what they were born with, what they were gifted with. That's all you have to do to unlock your words when you sit down and write your book. If you sit down and you put yourself in the space of anxiety of, is so-and-so going to like this? Or what's so-and-so going to think about what I'm writing? Or is it good enough? Or I'm not a good writer and people have told me this. And though that anxiety, you can't create from that space. You can't pour out from that space because you're pouring out from an empty space. You're pouring out from an empty space. So unlocking that starts with, what do you want? What are you called to write about? Who are you called to write to? Nobody asked you to be perfect. That's a myth. There's no such thing as perfection. Anybody that tells you they have the perfect book, that means they just really enjoy the book. There's no such thing as perfect. It's not going to pour out of you. It's going to pour out of you perfectly imperfect. And that's the way that it should. That's how it should pour out. So when you wrap your mind around your intentions behind writing your book, what do you want to happen? Who do you want it to reach? If you want it to reach 30 women who need your message, then write with that in mind. If you want it to reach 3,000 people, then write with that in mind. It's your book. It is your message that you are assigned to share with people. So you can't base that off of what's going on externally. That's an internal thing. That's why you have to check your intentions, the internal goings on, right? So that's the simple mindset trick that I learned from a psychologist telling me to never, ever tell my kid I was proud of them. And that threw me for a loop. But I wanted to share that because it's just a simple flip of a switch. It wasn't to say don't encourage them. It wasn't to say don't let them know that they did an amazing thing, but it was to say you should be proud of yourself. I knew you could do it. You should be proud of yourself. So I'm saying that to you. You've got a book in you, and it's a powerful message. You know what you're designed to do. You know who you're designed to reach, and it's time. It is absolutely time. So that was it. Just wanted to come in really quickly and share that with you, that simple little story. And it always blows people's mind when I share it with them, because I know, because it happened to me, because I was ready to fight. Like, what do you mean I can't tell my kid I'm proud of them? But I want to prepare my child to stand on their own and be strong in their power and their giftings. So this is something that I still do to this day, and they're bigger kids, right? So that's it. I'm glad that helped you, Penny. And so go out, write those books that you were designed to write. Get the message from in here, pour it out onto paper, because someone is Googling for your powerful story, your wisdom right now, and your book isn't done. And the other thing is, if you are ready to really get your book done and you want to set aside time, space to get support and accountability, I invite you to meet me at the retreat. I've got 2 spots left. All the other spots are filled. I'm super excited about the atmosphere and the people in the room. Hey, Gemma, who are going to actually put in the work to get their book done in 4 days. We're going to put in the work to pour out powerful messages into the pages of these books. And I invite you. There's a link somewhere around here. Click on the link. Let's hop on a call. Let's see if one of these spots is for you, because this is a carefully curated atmosphere. There will be powerful books birthed in this place, so it's not for everybody. It's not for the masses. It's for a select few. And like I said, I only have 2 spots left. So if one of those spots is yours, I expect to see your name on my calendar so that we can finally get your book done. And I don't mean in next year or putting on your list next year or any of that. I mean getting your book done so that you can deliver it to the people who need it the most. That's it. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day.